Well, good afternoon, world. Stay strong in Jesus. So I've been thinking a lot lately. I get down a little bit of a rabbit hole, and I got thinking about stolen valor, and I got thinking about government issues and Iran and all those things like that, and my time in service and war. And I didn't know that I had a problem until it became a big problem. I'm going to read from the Bible, Luke chapter 8, verse 38 to 40. Now the man of whom the devils were departed besought him that he might be with him, but Jesus sent him away, saying, Return to thine own house, and show how great things God hath done unto thee. And he went his way and published throughout the whole city how great things Jesus had done unto him. And it came to pass that when Jesus was returned, the people gladly received him, for they were all waiting for him. We're all waiting for Jesus, but and the things he have done, or miraculous things he's done for my life, he showed me how big the problem was. And the first time I noticed it was after my second tour, and we had gotten blown up a lot, and I make it back home and trying to adapt to this world that isn't bombs and death, and just trying to stay alive, and I have things like running water and hot food on every corner. And I remember being back home in New York with my kids, and I'm going through a divorce, and I'm back home, my kids, and back in New York, and I forget what we were doing. We were playing outside, and my daughter was being extremely female at the time, and I just remember her not listening, and I lost it. And I didn't beat her, I didn't do anything. That I grabbed her neck so hard, and I know I hurt her because I know she was crying, and she looked at me like, who are you? And when I was done, she had stopped doing what she was doing. I got the result that I wanted, but I got it out of fear. Not respect, not love. That's when I started realizing that it wasn't so much about the bombs or the PTSD. It's that inner monster that I needed to be. That inner workhorse that never give up, that can-do attitude, no matter what. And it scared me to the point where I didn't know how I would react when life was stressful and I was back in, not in war, when life was stressful and I couldn't fight back with a gun or with my hard work or with a rational mind, that I took to fear. And It happened a bunch of other times up until like 3 years ago. And one of the biggest things that I had to learn when I came to Jesus was, and I didn't really come to him, he came to me. Because I wasn't looking for him, or at least I didn't know I was. I didn't know how bad it had gotten, and I did not like the person I saw in the mirror. And it all wasn't just from war. It was from a life lost, without God, without instruction, without a father. I had made my bed, and I didn't want to lie in it. We never really know what's going on in somebody's head, or if they truly believe in God, or if we can trust them. And maybe we can't trust anybody. I know I couldn't be trusted. Unless a life was on the line. But there are so many lives on the line all the time. Mine being one of them. So I learned how to pray. And I don't know if I'm doing it right. I don't know if I am, but I just pray. And I read, and I try to understand, and I try to be what I know God made me to be. And it has nothing to do with fear. It has to do with love. Luke 9:18-25. And it came to pass, as he was alone praying, his disciples were with him. And he asked them, saying, Who say that people say that I am? They answering said, John the Baptist, but some say Elias, and others say that one of the old prophets is risen again. And Jesus, he said unto them, But whom say ye that I am? Peter answering said, The Christ of God. And he straitly charged them and commanded them to tell no man that thing. The Son of Man must suffer many things, and be rejected of the elders and the chief priests and the scribes, and be slain and be raised the third day. And he said to them all, If any man will come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross daily and follow me. Take up his cross daily. And he said to them all, For whosoever will save his life shall lose it. But whosoever will lose his life for my sake, the same shall save it. For what is a man advantage if he gain the whole world and lose himself, or be cast away? I was casting myself away because I was living in a lie. I was living in a past that could no longer affect my future if I didn't let it. And I know that's a lot easier said than done. Because I didn't turn into this godlike being, this perfect person. But I found the path to get to that perfect person. Through Christ. Through his way. And my goal is to is lose myself, give myself for those around me. And to me, as a warrior, as a fighter, as a nobody, I would gladly give my life for the least of the world. I would give my life for Christ. The harvest is great, but the harvesters are few. Because we're still trying to hold on to that strength that we think that we have, that power, that righteousness, that pride. But you can't stand tall until you learn how to kneel, until you learn how to walk. Stay strong, world. There's a lot of stuff going around this world that is evil and terrible, and you can find it easily. You don't have to look on the internet, you can look around you. There's a lot being given, but there isn't a lot being done. Stay strong, world. Let's bring in this great harvest that once was America. Let's bring it back to God. Let's use Jesus as our shield, our armor against this evil world. God bless America. You all have a great day. It takes a lot to realize you have a problem. It takes even more to ask for help, to ask for forgiveness, and to realize you're no different than anybody else who has sinned. Have a good night.